guess like the question is, what do you hope society looks like when AGI gets built, or like how do you conceptualize the positive version of this? And my answer to that has like evolved quite a bit over time, but I'll give you my current thinking, and I'm sure it'll change more. Well, actually, I'll start with my original conception. My original conception was at some point we like get over the threshold to this like self-improving super intelligence, and it's this magic thing in the tower that we can like ask any question and it answers it, and it's like constantly off figured out how to improve the world, and maybe it's like sharing with us some UBI or something like that, and it's sort of at once like very utopic and extremely dystopic, but it did seem to be like where we were heading. With the way things are developing now, which I think for a bunch of reasons, which maybe we can get into if we have time, it's like 99th or 98th percentile good of all scenarios I can imagine. What I think it looks like is AGI just sort of participates in society and in the economy, either mostly by being tools to make individual people more productive, but also in this other way, which I'll talk about. And that is that society is this like emergent, very complex phenomenon of creating tremendous shared intelligence and building blocks of technology, this like scaffolding that exists between all of us. Somebody contributes one insight about material science that lets someone else discover new physics, lets another group discover another piece of material science that leads to another group developing the transistor, and we skip a bunch of steps, and society comes up with good institutions, and eventually we get the iPhones you all are holding. And you all holding those iPhones are dramatically more capable than your great-great-great-grandparents, even though the genetic drift is almost nothing. And so the superintelligence is not what exists in any one neural network, not in yours, not in the AIs, but in this scaffolding between the neural networks. And so like the AGI is not the neural, it's not what exists in any one data center, or in any one copy of the AI, but it's this like vast production and accumulation of intelligence in the technology tree that lets us, or us assisted by an AI, or even a fairly autonomous system, accomplish things well outside of the information and processing power of a single neural network. And that's kind of where I think things are going to head. It's certainly where I hope things head. And it's a very different, I think, conception of what the arrival of AGI looks like, and way more navigable, human compatible, whatever you want to call it, than how I used to think about it.
What do you think people are getting wrong about OpenAI right now?
I think the systemic mistake is always to assume that progress is about to S-curve off. And the inside view is that progress is going to continue to be dramatic. And somehow that seems really hard to conceptualize.